Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still in this overall posture here, in this unchanged structure, still caught in the overall correction. It is really tricky. I thought in this video we take a look at the daily chart as well, because we want to understand the bigger picture. We haven't done that for a while. It's been really a long time. So I think we make sure that everybody's on the same page. The daily chart hasn't changed in a long time. Perspective is still here that we are moving in a fifth wave to the upside in this bull market. So we are basically more than halfway through. Makes sense given that Bitcoin already rallied from round about 15K to basically 70, roundabout. And then we obviously see now a bit of a correction there. And that means most of the increases in percent have been done. I think we're sort of in the late innings. Yeah, we should still get to 125, maybe 140K based on what I see right now. That can still change. You know, the markets are not adjustable, but no, the markets are, well, that as well. But they are dynamic and we have to adjust, you know, if the market gives us new data. But based on the data we have right now, that's sort of the perspective. Questions have come up. What happens if Bitcoin breaks below 50.7K? Because that's my key support level. You know, we could move things around. I would not see it as bearish directly, okay? But certainly it wouldn't be great. It would increase the risk that Bitcoin is forming a more extended fourth wave. And it could form, for example, a triangle pattern. So the idea would then be that from the 2021 high here to the downside, this was the A wave of a triangle. The rally was a B wave in a triangle, a running triangle. It's bullish, but it's horrible because it takes a long time to get resolved. Then this would be a C wave down, which would then happen. Then we can observe a D wave and an E wave. And that would take a long time, many years probably. And this would sort of be a more, let's say, more bearish, not overall bearish, but very draining structure, frustrating structure. Okay, and then we go up. Yeah, this is sort of one of the, let's say, plan Bs. Again, I don't think there's a reason to panic even if we break below 50.7K, not for Bitcoin. For altcoins, maybe. I mean, you should never panic because in theory, you should all have your position sizes according to support levels. And then you need to know when you get out of a trade. But yeah, the problem is that if we just move sideways, it's not a great environment for altcoins, I'd say. Yeah, but that would be sort of plan B. We might find a way to reset maybe wave 4 a bit lower. Okay, so maybe if I move things around, but that's sort of the best count I've got, right? That we are in this wave degree, wave 4, that this is not yet the wave 4 that fits this larger wave 2. That bottomed in September last year, or September. So yeah, we'll see. That's sort of the idea. I just want to make you aware that, okay, below 50.7K, yeah, we are likely going to see a more substantial drop, maybe even drop down to maybe 30K. And people might find that shocking, okay, but at the moment, the correction is unfolding anyway, okay? So the correction is set to continue. I always say that. It's set to continue until we have the first 1-2 set up to the upside. So mentally, we have to prepare for more downside anyway. But there are some pivots to watch, some key levels to watch, which at the moment I would expect are going to hold, yeah? And this is 55.3K and 50.7K. These are the next support levels to watch. We've seen a bit of correlation with the SPX yesterday. The SPX is potentially very close to a long-term top or has already topped. So if we see a sell-off, then this could obviously translate over to Bitcoin as well. I'm not a fan of correlations, okay, because we have parameters here to watch on the Bitcoin chart. But, you know, I feel it is important to mention the alternatives. And, you know, overall nothing changes because we haven't got that solid 1-2 set up to the upside that we need to confirm that the correction is over. I'm still labeling that only as alternative, that the wave 4 already bottomed. And I'm not going to call a low in place until I see solid evidence. And I always feel that helps us because otherwise, you know, people get caught in the trap. I don't want anybody caught in the trap. So I avoid calling a low too early. Obviously, I'm watching for it. I tell you what we need to see for it. And then you have to decide if you're willing to take that risk. But I can't call a low in place with questionable structures. Yeah? So it still looks overall corrective. We had a 5-wave move up here between the 1st of May and the 6th of May, but that was also part of, or that could also be part of the white count in which we get another low. So obviously in terms of this correction, we're looking at this correction here that started in March. So it's this 3rd wave top there. Okay, and then this is the 4th wave currently that's still unfolding. Support area should be clear. And this 4th wave is still unfolding. We have it as a WXY structure here on the chart. And the Y wave consists of an A, B, C. That's the idea. And the C wave could still be unfolding. Okay, so if that's the case, then we're working our way down here towards the yellow zone. And that's defined between 53.8K and 55.3. Roughly. It's the next, at least the next, not necessarily the final target, but it's the next pivot to watch. And in terms of wave count, I'd say we maybe here 1, 2, something like that. Certainly, we would be in this count in the 3rd wave of the C wave. Okay, because this could be a 1, 2, and then this would be now a 3rd wave down, possibly ending diagonal unfolding there. Yeah. So in terms of the short-term bullish count, yep, we could have bottomed, as I said, only as alternative at the moment. The break of nano support yesterday that we had, that sort of initial micro support, certainly increased the likelihood for the white count, reduced the likelihood for yellow. And in this scenario, we're looking for possibly a little bit more downside. Even in this yellow count, right? If I go to the 30-minute chart, we've got the support area here, the upper support between 58.3 and 60.8K. This needs to hold, but the microstructure doesn't make sense for this count. It doesn't make so much sense, so I could still consider that a WXY pattern, but then the Y wave is running out of space. So 58.3K for me is the line in the sand that distinguishes between the yellow count and the white count, but yellow has become less likely with yesterday's dip, and also it looks a bit like a bear flag. So that's sort of what I'm watching for today. However, if we get a break above 63.4K, yeah, 63.4, that would be an indication that we're actually on the move to the upside. Because in this particular scenario, that shouldn't really happen. Okay, so I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.